Okay, so there's been a lot of buzz recently, a really surprising claim linking Ashley St. Clair and Elon Musk.
Right, a development that certainly caught many people's attention.
We've sifted through, the online reports, the commentary, everything surrounding this.
And the idea here is to pull out the essentials for you, get straight to the core information.
Yeah, exactly. Our mission for this deep dive is basically to map out the timeline, who's involved, the key facts, without getting lost in all the noise.
It's fascinating how fast it all unfolded and all the different perspectives that popped up almost immediately.
So let's start with Ashley St. Clair. Before all this, say before February 2025, who was she?
Well, she was already known in certain circles, an author, a political commentator.
Building that online presence, kind of a citizen journalist vibe, focused on political commentary, often right-leaning.
That's the background. Then, around February 15th this year, 2025, she posts on X,
The big announcement.
the big one, claiming Elon Musk fathered her child.
And the child was, what, about 5 months old at that point? Born around September 2024.
That was the timeline she presented, yes.
Yeah.
And context here is important.
You mean Musk's existing family?
Exactly. At the time, he was widely reported to have 12 children already, with 3 different women.
So this claim, if true, would make it 13 children, a significant addition.
Definitely.
Now, her reasons for going public, she stated things like concerns for her child's safety, privacy.
And wanting to get ahead of any potential media reports, sort of controlling the narrative from the start.
Right. And there were also some, well, unconfirmed whispers or hints about IVF maybe being involved, though not directly stated by her initially.
Those suggestions were out there, yeah. But the platform choice is key, too.
Announcing it on X, Musk's main playground, essentially.
And given her own online profile, it feels very strategic, a direct line to his audience and the wider world.
It certainly got attention, but then things seemed to shift a bit.
They did. Fast forward to about April 1st, 2025. Reports start surfacing.
Of a public dispute, also on X.
You got it. Between Musk and Saint Clair, reportedly over shared expenses for their son.
Wow. Okay, so that definitely changes the tone.
Hugely. The media framed it as a shocking twist. Suddenly it's being discussed on podcasts, this whole angle of child support.
Which is, well, quite a contrast to that initial statement about wanting privacy, isn't it?
It absolutely is. It raises questions, about what might have changed behind the scenes or if the strategy shifted.
And throughout all of this, the initial claim, the reported dispute over money, what about Musk himself?
That's maybe the most interesting part. Silence.
Complete silence. No public statement. No denial. No confirmation.
Nothing public from him or any official representatives. Total radio silence on this specific matter.
Which, for Elon Musk, who is famously very active and, let's say, communicative on X.
It's incredibly noticeable. His silence speaks volumes, or at least invites a lot of interpretation.
Okay, let's talk about how this played out more broadly, the reaction.
Well, St. Clair's first announcement just blew up. It went viral almost instantly.
And news outlets picked it up.
Oh, yeah. AP 7 AM, TISA World, places like that reported on it. And then the commentary started.
Podcasts jumped in.
Definitely. You had shows like Red Pilled America. Some people online were calling it Take Baby Mama drama, but also Breaking Points, Countdown, the Daily Zeitgeist, a real mix.
And presumably, each offering their own take, maybe filtered through their usual political or social lens.
Pretty much. It showed how quickly a story like this gets absorbed into existing frameworks and viewpoints. Very polarized reactions in some cases.
What about, like, general public reaction, social media?
TikTok, other platforms, and
Sure.
you saw everything. People speculating wildly, comparing it to other celebrity situations, lots of political takes, people trying to figure out her motivations.
So a real storm of online chatter, opinions all over the place.
Exactly. It really highlighted how these personal stories involving famous people become public property almost and get interpreted through so many different, often pre-existing biases.
Okay, so let's quickly recap the main points we've covered.
All right. So Ashley St. Clair publicly claimed Elon Musk fathered her child back in February.
Then, around April, reports emerged of a public disagreement, seemingly over finances related to the child.
And throughout this entire period, up to early April 2025, based on the info we have, Elon Musk himself remained publicly silent on the matter.
Leaving the whole situation, publicly at least, unresolved.
Absolutely. Which leaves us, and you listening, with something to think about maybe.
Go on.
Just consider the sheer power of social media here, how it shapes narratives about very personal things, especially with high-profile figures.
And the motivations, perhaps. Why go public versus keeping things private?
Exactly. What are the potential gains or reasons behind that choice? And maybe the biggest question mark in this specific case, what does that silence from Musk truly communicate, if anything?